think and be fit. So if you're interested in thinking and being fit, you might want to grab pen and paper. I'm going to keep this brief, but give you some very important information in regards to thinking and be fit. So the number one thing that I start when I start off with my clients that I'm working with, whether it's weight loss coaching over the phone or in person, one-on-one, is the first thing I do is find out the goals. What is it? And let's do a little goal setting exercise right now, because you really want to dial in exactly what it is you want to achieve. So I'll do a little goal setting exercise with you now. So if you could wave a realistic magic wand and you could have your body, your health, and your energy any kind of way you wanted it to be, what does that look like for you, right? So then you dial it in, be clear and specific. The more you can get into it, the better. And that's why if you're interested in reaching out to me for a consultation, that is the first thing I do, is I go over and it goes deep into it. We really want to get clear, like detail. Why is it so important? There's so many aspects to the mindset, right? But the first step is to be clear and specific on your goals. So dial it in. What is it? What is this clothes size? What is the weight, body weight? What is your body fat percentage? BMI. What are you going for? What goal are you going for? And then be clear and specific. And then this will help you too with your mindset. Another strategy is to consider saying it every day in the present tense. And I do this for my own fitness goals, and I encourage my clients to do this too. But this is how you do it. After you have your goal all written out, so if you took the time to write out your goal, then you go through it and you put this in the front of it. I am happy and grateful now that I am. And then for me, like my goal right now, I just achieved one of my goals. So now my next goal is to get to 190 pounds. So at 7% body fat. So I say my goal, I am happy and grateful now that I am 190 pounds. And then we can go on and even add I have a few more other things that I had to even spice it up, right? So with you, what is your goals? And then put that as put in front of it, I am happy and grateful now that I am. So see how that's in the present tense? Does that make sense? It's in the present tense. I am happy and grateful now. Right now. I am happy and grateful now that I am. Does that make sense? It's so important. That's what thinking and being fit, that's what this message right now I want to get across to you is really all about, that we must think, and be fit. When I go to the studio tomorrow, God willing, I get there safely, and then as I'm driving up to the studio, I say out loud, I am happy and grateful now that I am 190 pounds, feeling strong and healthy like a supple leopard, thick brown hair, 20/20 vision, supple skin, perfect teeth, 20/20 vision. These are some of the things that I say. I'm dialing it in, getting clear and specific. All my mentors, when they talk about goal setting, we want to be clear and specific, and the more detail you can put into it, the better. The more detail you can put into it, the better. And I'm just going to touch on some of the fundamentals. Once you have this down, thinking and being fit, we must take action. And I consider there to be about 5 fundamentals to fitness, just 5. A mentor of mine said, in any major area of life, like fitness or finance or relationships or spirituality, there are about 5 or about a half a dozen things. He said about a half a dozen things that are important to be successful in that area. Now with fitness, I consider that there's 5 things to focus on, 5 fundamentals to fitness. If you follow the principles within these 5 areas, you will be successful, right? I'm not going to spend a lot of time on them, but that's what I coach on. I coach you on this, and imagine every week you and I getting together on the phone, working on your goals, and just talking about the challenges and the victories of the previous week and laying out a plan. And that's what I do with my coaching, and that's what I encourage you to do right now, is to focus on the 5 fundamentals. What are they? If you're taking notes, training, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. Now just real briefly, with training, consider having a balance of strength training and cardiovascular training as a base. Nutrition, consider that consider that with nutrition is really huge. Two things. I want to ask you to consider watching The Game Changers on Netflix or YouTube and Forks Over Knives. Two documentaries I recommend to all people that's interested in learning about the latest and what's going on with nutrition. Consider watching those two documentaries. But in a nutshell, say for example, say if we're trying to build a 2-story house from scratch and your body is an analogy to that 2-story house. And if we only have half the materials necessary to build the house, how far are we going to get? Halfway, right? So that's the thing. So that's how it works with our food. The foods that we eat on a daily basis are like the supplies that go towards building our body. Now, imagine for a moment we want to have a fire all day long in the fireplace. And on one hand, we have a stack of oak wood. On the other hand, we have a stack of paper. Now, not including, getting the fire started, but if you had to choose between the oak wood or the paper to burn in your fireplace, which one would you choose and why? Most people would pick the oak wood, and why? Because it's denser, it's going to burn longer, right? So I'm going to encourage you to consider eating a whole food, plant-based diet. And that's basically fruits and vegetables, whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, oatmeal, and proteins like legumes, lentils, nuts, and seeds. And I have a complimentary list of foods I'm happy to send anyone interested. I should put up a page with it, and I will. I think that was probably a good idea. You can just go to and download my favorite food recommended images. So I'm happy to send it to you if you want to reach out to me. My number will be inside the description of this video. You can just text me food list if you're interested. But if you're interested in a consultation, message me the word FIT, F-I-T. Message me the word FIT, right? So now also too, and I'll leave you with this, almost done. We're going to go, there's 3 different ways eating affects you and our world. Number 1 is it affects your health. The way we eat affects your health big time. Number 2, it affects the environment. The things that we grow and produce affects the world's environment, and it's an issue. Number 3 is it affects the animals. Most of us love animals. You're probably an animal lover of some sort, most likely. And the foods that we eat affect the animals, right? So those are three things to consider. And when you eat a whole food, plant-based diet, you are doing good on all 3 of those levels, right? All 3 of those levels. That makes sense? So that's it. Okay. Then also, too, recovery, get enough 7.5 to 9 hours sleep a night, supplement intelligently. There's nutritional supplements and there's enhancement performance supplements. And then mindset, number 5, mindset. So training, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. As we're thinking and being fit, we're taking action by following the principles of training, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. Does that make sense? Well, I hope so. Thank you so much if you've gotten this far for your time and your energy. If you're interested in a complimentary consultation, message me the word FIT to 520-400-9573, and we can set up a complimentary time to talk, and I'll show you how I coach weight loss as my specialty, fat loss, and helping you be lean and healthy. That's just what I do and what I'm passionate about. If you want to find out about it, consider reaching out to me for more. And that's it for now. Think and be fit. You got this. See you on the next lesson.